Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Minorities Podcast, your home for not-so-expert analysis, plenty of shit-talking, and players that need to shut the hell up when it comes to the referees. I'm your host, and very, very happy resident Titans/Oilers fan, JC. Joining me this week are...
I am your future pick'em champion, Norris Stradamus.
Holy crap, I can't believe you actually said that. Hey, what's up? This is Rob, the Lions fan. Yeah.
Hey, Philly fans. How does it feel to have Brandon Aubrey outscore your offense? Yeah, I bet it feels great. Fuck y'all and the Eagles forever. Oh, and by the way, this is DJ, victorious Cowboys fan.
This is Phil. Two down for the Jags in a row, and I don't know how far in the future Norris sees, but he ain't seeing this season. I'm still winning that pick'em despite having a zero.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Zero.
We'll get to that. Don't you worry.
All right.
Yeah, let's just say this past weekend was
worry,
crazy in more ways than one. And I'm not just talking about all the upsets that we had across the NFL world. It was insane. Shit, we could even talk about how that finish of that Army-Navy game, that was nuts too. So we'll talk about Week 14, we'll talk about Week 15, and we'll update our playoff machine, see how we're going from here. Also going to talk a bit, I was under the weather last week, so I didn't get to share my thoughts on the CFP, what the hell happened there, so I want to share that, and might rip a new one into Draymond Green and Patrick Mahomes. We'll get into that too. That's going to be fun. So, well, let's get into it. Week 14. Let's see here. DJ won the week, went 7-8. Jesus.
Gross.
Yeah.
Not gross that you won. Gross that was the winning number.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Chicken
Wing,
it's
only gross
Rob, and myself went 6-9.
Right.
Woo! And then Nori officially went 4-11, and Phil went 0-15. Basically, Nori and Phil pulled a Kadarius Toney. Big mental mistake. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody. We didn't save our picks. We just Kadarius Toney sounds about right. We lined up offsides way too often, and we got to win.
I was just trying to make this a little more exciting for us all as a group. I was taking one for the team, sacrificing my 5-game lead by taking the goose egg this week to still in second place.
You're such a wonderful guy. Well, thank you so much for that.
That was the right strategy because there were so many upsets. It was insane. So yeah.
Well, we're going to tell you you're going to take it, Phil. You're going to take it if Mike ends up winning. So I hope you're happy with yourself. So you better get your shit together. And
all right, fair enough.
Fair enough.
I understand
it's horrible.
I understand that's the worst possible outcome. So I get that.
I know you don't understand, but we don't want you to understand. So just trust us.
Oh, okay.
So if you're new to the podcast, wondering how in the hell this happened, we said it from the very beginning because, and a little bit of history too, we're calling it the chicken wing rule, and he's not here to defend himself, so we're going to make sure it stays with that. Basically, before we started doing a podcast on this kind of stuff, we would generally get our picks together, say we're picking the whole season, whatever. No money on the line, just for fun. Chicken wing, like clockwork, around middle of the season, would forget to do his picks for a weekend and then just quit the rest of the season. He's like, well, I'm done. I'm no way I'm going to catch up, And then, one of us would win, be bragging about it. And he's like, well, it's tainted because of this and that. I was like, well, it's not our fault. You're stupid. So
that was his option select. Yeah, that was his option select.
Yeah, so we made it a point.
To be fair, though, was his picks recorded on audio at the same time?
No, but Yahoo doesn't allow me to change or update anyone's picks. None of that. So you set it up.
Right.
So it's your responsibility to make sure they're saved, make sure they're ready to go. That's that. That's why
to be fair, we have a whole week to do this shit. You know what I mean?
Before kickoff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's your problem, giving me responsibilities.
Well, listening to last week's episode of how much you've been drinking, hey, make sure you hit the same thing. So, yeah.
That's funny.
So, overall, Chickaway now has the lead, 123 correct picks. Phil has 122, Nori 121, DJ 120. Whew, boy. Rob has 116, and I'm back in the game with 112. Barely. Kind of. Really. Yeah. So About to pull a comeback like the Titans did to finish off, with less than 3 minutes left. Let's do it.
Yeah, well, if you got that in you, then I'm a little nervous if you got that in you.
Could happen. So, now, as far as the week itself, let's start with DJ here. There's a lot to discuss.
I don't fucking
regret anything, and there's a lot of surprises, I'm sure. So, what you got for us on week 14?
Well, yeah, I don't have regrets, but let's start off with surprises. The Titans and the Dolphins. You, as the Miami Dolphins, are up 27-13, and you allow a Tennessee Titans team that is damn near bottom of the barrel in scoring to put up 15 in what, 3 minutes? Was it 3 minutes?
3 minutes.
I'm pretty sure it was 3
minutes.
3. And it's not, we had a fluke turnover or, scoop and score, pick six or something. Nope, they just stopped you. This supposed high-powered offense that Miami has. I mean, the Titans don't even win games on the road. At least I thought they couldn't. But apparently they can. And they beat what people are calling a contender. That was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I'm watching the game, I'm like, oh, this is over. And then I flip back and I'm like, oh, yeah, it is over. But the Titans came back and won. The fuck? Yeah. Shit. I'm not surprised about the Bills pick. Kadarius Toney is great at making mistakes. I just think it's funny that, then all these reports come out that, Kadarius Toney has been offsides 4 times prior to that or 3 times prior to that or whatever it was. And I'm like, that's not really making him look any better.
And the refs kept letting it go over and over and over.
Yeah. I mean, and eventually it's like, all right, well, this guy keeps getting away with it. He's obviously not learning. So I guess we'll go ahead and throw this flag here now. Patrick Mahomes meltdown. But you know what? I'm not going to go too far into that. JC, I'm going to let you take care of that when the time comes. Because I know you've got a bunch to say. You're going to spit fire. So I'll just let you do it. I'll stay out of the way. So that'll be great. The Bears and the Lions. I understand it's a division game. But Jesus Christ.
What is going
Justin
on
Fields out here going nuts with Chicago and the Lions. Oh, they're a contender. They're a top NFC team. Didn't look like it.
Is this the third loss in a row?
Mm-hmm.
Is the third loss in a row for the Lions? I'm actually wondering.
They've caught the Cowboys December blues.
Shit, yeah.
Well, I guess we have the new December team here. It looks
I like how
it's the
DJ
Lions.
caught a stray there. I like that.
Yeah, well, it happens. I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm used to it. I wear Teflon all the time just in case. I got it.
One loss in a row, but they did have the loss to Green Bay on Thanksgiving, so it almost feels like 2 in a row, 2 division losses.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So.
And even in that game, Green Bay just came out ready to play, and the Lions were just like, we got this. We're Detroit, and we'll just show up and we'll win. I guess that's what they thought against the Bears. And the Bears were like, no, we hate you. And then this is what we got.
Yep.
Jake Browning.
How did the Bengals get so fucking lucky? Jesus Christ.
I don't.
You know why they've been so lucky? Look at their history. Because they've been horrible for fucking years. This is redemption. This is divine intervention. They've been more than patient.
Is this why they suffered through the Carson Palmer years for so long? Just so they could have this?
To be fair, I don't think they even suffered through Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer was kind of a G.
Yeah,
it was.
He was that guy for a while.
Him
and Chad.
So I mean, I don't know. It's one of those.
They were, but they were there. But at least they were.
But they made the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. We're a playoff team. Yes, there you go. Right there, Rob. They were a playoff team.
JC, you can mention any other quarterback. You mention any other quarterback, and you're 100% right. Carson Palmer can murder somebody in Cincinnati. He can get away with it. Right
I guess. I mean, it's better. He could have been Cleveland for all those years, right? So Right.
Remember, the standard for excellence is a little different in Cincinnati, than it is for anywhere else.
Yeah, and
That's true.
And shame on all of us, to every single one of us, said Burrow's down, they're done.
I guess so. You know what? I think they just got tired of hearing that.
I'm gonna have to eat that one because I definitely.
Wait.
We all did it. We all did it. We are all guilty.
Hold my beer.
Didn't everybody in America but Jake Browning think that? His own parents
Basically.
thought that. Oh man, that sucks.
Hey, son. You know what? Go out there, just give it your all, and we'll still be proud of you no matter what. We're not like Josh Dobbs' parents. We'll be proud of you no matter what. is what happened there.
Right, exactly.
But hey, Congratulations to Jake Browning. He's balling out. And I mean the Patriots. I didn't know they knew how to put up points. I thought they forgot how to do that. I mean, I knew their defense would show up, but I forgot they knew how to put up points. But they played pretty well on offense against the Steelers. Yeah. But then again, it's the Steelers, and Mitchell Trubisky's the quarterback.
Every team looks good.
Yeah, there it is.
I'll just say, yeah.
When you're playing
Mitchell Trubisky is making everybody look like great
now because of it. Yeah.
Let's move on to Rob's stuff. I'm sorry. Go ahead, DJ.
Well, and I'm sure someone else is going to hit this too. The Jets and the Texans. The fuck.
So what happens when your star quarterback goes down with a concussion? And from what I understand, he's going to be in protocol. Looks like this week too. So
I have a theory for the Jets that I'll explain when it's my turn.
Okay.
I know the answer to this already.
Does it involve Cougars? Because
right. No,
it involves Houston.
All right, Rob, go for it.
I was kind of surprised no one knew how to score until the last quarter of the Vegas Vikings.
I don't even want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that game.
You came down to like the last 4 minutes and it was 0-0.
You know the shitty part of that?
Fucking crazy.
The spread was 3 points, so it was a push.
That's the worst.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
Oh my god!
Imagine being like a Minnesota fan. Like you saw all the Minnesota jerseys in the stadium.
Oh yeah.
And watching your team score 3 points.
But they got the win. Though.
You could have just stopped at imagine being a Minnesota fan, and we would have understood. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That's awesome.
I'm just curious how YouTube was able to make an 11-minute video from that game.
Highlights of what?
Well,
there was the
specialty. Well, basically AFC and NFC special teams player of the week, right? So think about it.
Let's see. Yeah, DJ's already hit on all the other games that were kind of surprising. What about this one, Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns?
I thought he forgot how to play football.
My opinion of the Browns is very different now. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys I'm sorry, Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco, man. Former NFL champion Joe Flacco is
Super Bowl quarterback.
Is actually playing like Super Bowl champion Joe Flacco, which I didn't see coming. Yeah. I didn't have that on my bingo card. Yeah.
You know, I guess being out of the game for most of the season and giving that opportunity, maybe it just ignited that fire under him. Like,
I think he's just playing with nothing to lose now. He's just lucky he's happy to be there. You know,
he's just happy to be playing, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that one hurt. That one hurt. 2 in a row to NFC or AFC North teams by
less than a touchdown. Yeah.
By less than a touchdown. I think a field goal really on both of them. 4 points.
It's 4 points on.
Yeah. So yes, it hurts.
Well, those are my two. So.
My thoughts. Biggest regret is not checking who the starting quarterback for the Steelers is going to be when Kenny Pickett went down. Because if I'd have known it was Mitchell Trubisky, I probably might have picked New England. I'll be completely honest with you guys. So,
correct.
It was insane to me how much the Steelers fans were booing Trubisky.
Yeah.
Waiting for the backup, whoever the hell it was. He probably didn't even know his name. So that was just, wow, insane. Surprises. I'm just surprised how much the football gods hate the state of Florida right now. First, it was Florida State. Jacksonville losing. The Dolphins blowing, giving up 15 points in less than 3 minutes for the Titans to pull off a miracle comeback. So the Titans are the 1 in 767. Because to that point, 767 straight games where a team's down by 14 points with less than 3 minutes left. Never won. Titans are that first one. It's insane. Yeah.
Crazy.
But there's just so much. I mean, this Detroit, Chicago, these division games I know are insane. I still can't get over the Jets. I thought the Texans would have had enough firepower even without Stroud. So, full disclosure, I was at a softball tournament coaching all Sunday, and one of the other coaches comes in just to kind of support us. And I know he's a Texans fan. I saw the score. We had a break, and I said, "What happened?" He's like, "Stroud went down." He's like, "Concussion protocol." I was like, "Oh boy." So,
yeah, I mean, to be fair, it wasn't just Stroud though.
Yeah.
He lost Bell.
Speaking of state of Florida, real quick before we leave that one alone.
Oh Lord.
Here's some headlines.
Oh, boy.
Florida Attorney General launches probe into FSU college playoffs.
Yep. They've
actually
threatened it since the day it happened. So we'll talk about
Attorney General is investigating it right now.
Yeah.
Now, I'm an Knowles fan.
It's not even the first
time
not going
to go anywhere.
A congressman got involved. It won't go anywhere.
It's not going to go anywhere. No. But it's just.
Hey man, at least the Attorney General knows he's getting reelected.
Yeah, right.
It's a brilliant political move, I guess. I mean, in your state.
That's all it is.
To be honest, if Ron DeSantis was up for re-election for governor, he'd probably try and do the same thing. But he's trying to run for president.
He's the governor now, so he's the one who tells the Attorney General what to do. So.
Right. All right, Nori, let's all do the Italian thing here and celebrate your Giants getting away.
Hey.
So.
Yeah. I love my Paisan. It's a great story. This is like a big reason why a lot of us watch football is the potential upsets, the stories. The kid is in the practice squad, living at home, his mom making his bed, and then all of a sudden now he's just like the king of New York. Some people are like, oh, this kind of reminds me of Linsanity, and maybe, right? But let's enjoy it while we can because we haven't had a lot of high spots this season. The Jets, I think what's funny about Zach Wilson is like when he plays fearless. I think I never thought he was a bad quarterback. I think he's like Ryan Fitzpatrick is what I was trying to say is that if you don't tell him he's the starter, he'll go out and actually like wreck shit. Because remember the Jets beat the Eagles with Zach Wilson. They beat Buffalo with Zach Wilson. He is not a bad quarterback. I think he gets in his head too fucking much. If he can figure out the mental game, I think he's a decent quarterback. You'll never confuse him for a top tier quarterback. But that team just needs a decent average quarterback. Just don't be bad. But if you're decent, the team will kind of do the rest. The defense is great. My biggest upset is my biggest surprise is 90% of the football games. And my biggest upset, which caused me to be upset, is me not saving my picks. That was definitely the biggest upset of the week is Nori. So, yeah.
Well, not quite.
Well, yeah. Right on cue, Phil. We all know what you regret, but
I think I can go back now and listen and see who I did pick just to see how I would have scored this week because I know I would have sucked too. I was watching the game with a couple of Lions fans, the Jags game. We were at a sports bar. I was watching Jags. They're watching Lions, and we're just like, "What the fuck? What the fuck is going on?" That one blew my mind. The other one was the Colts dropping it to Cincinnati. Just that one shocked me. I did not see that one coming. But hey, if the Jags are going to have a terrible week, as long as those teams lose, and I don't even care if Titans win since they suck so bad this year. They're not even in the running. Are you mathematically eliminated yet?
Nope.
Not yet.
Nope. Still eligible. And
Not
Rob,
yet.
I count on you to get my Titans in with your playoff machine, bro. So
Ha!
You can do it. So
That's easy. Just gotta win out.
Already done.
Oh, and real quick, Phil, before you get a little too comfortable there, do you happen to remember who you picked for the Giants and Packers last week? Do you remember jawing me a lot and mocking me a lot?
Hey, you got it. You got it. Danny DeVito proved me wrong.
It wasn't just award-winning actor Danny DeVito. It was Tommy DeVito. It was not just him. It's the fact that Green Bay.
No, I know exactly what it was. I said that on purpose.
I don't believe in Green Bay. It was more that than anything else. And I thought the Giants were playing that good. And it's not the first time I picked the Giants to win, and you all doubted, which I don't blame you.
Well, hey, your team won. My team
lost. I saw the
lost.
way Green Bay was playing. I was like, they're getting hot at the right time. But man,
that's true. Just timing is everything. Exactly.
Our teams had some epic comebacks there at the end. So yeah, but
and to Nori's point, Phil, you really gave him a hard time. See, I even acknowledge the fact that I believe the Giants' defense is good because I still do. I just thought the Packers were hot at the right time.
Yeah,
that's all.
He totally got shit talking rights on that one for sure. Because I was running off of the mouth
on that one.
On that one,
I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. I was waiting. I'm like, man, Phil really busted. Phil and whatever moonshine, gasoline, fucking malt liquor you were drinking, you were in my ass about Green Bay and the Giants.
Well, slow down.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
They did win by 2. I mean, it wasn't like they blew them out.
What is a win?
It is a win. It is a win,
right?
You sound like all the Vikings fans. What is a win? What is a win? 3-0.
Yeah. No, almost every analyst in America picked Green Bay, so it's not. This was an upset.
Yeah,
it was an upset. It was a massive upset.
Yeah. Well,
but it was one of many this week.
Yeah.
But go on about how you didn't save any of your picks last week. I didn't want to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I apparently this drunk Phil thing does have its downsides. So
that's what this is.
Just
I could have swore I saved those picks, and I don't know what happened. It didn't save, and I stopped. I just didn't really pay attention for the rest of the week.
Phil, if I can step in here for a second, I think it might have to do with the whiskey and wine combination. That probably shouldn't fucking have happened. That's probably what it was, buddy.
That's always only been 100% good for me. I don't understand.
JC, Phil was drinking like JC.
Oh, I heard
JC
the episode.
was.
I can tell.
Phil was drinking.
Yeah,
he was drinking like a sorority frat girl. Like, who the fuck does whiskey then wine? What's the matter with you? You're not pledging, homie. You're in your 40s.
I know, but I was sitting on my couch and I was
pacing
myself.
Yeah.
So we did find a way for Tennessee to end up as the 4 seed.
Oh, yeah,
of course you did.
Winning the division.
Of course you did.
It could happen.
Oh man.
Hey, the way the football gods hate the state of Florida right now, anything can happen. Just saying.
So I just it reminded me. I was looking at you guys. They're gonna like this too. There's a guy wrote an article about how, in his name, I'll mention his name because his name is Andy Staples, and the title of the article is Florida politicians want to strike back at the college football playoff. This is how they should. And he gave 2 suggestions that if Florida really wanted to push back, they wouldn't be doing this. This is what they would be doing. 1, he'd tell them to draft a bill that would make it illegal in the state for the schools to make rules to keep bowl games from sharing money with players.
Ooh, okay.
Mm.
If you think about, because you're saying, in other words, the Orange, Citrus, Gator, Pop-Tarts, and Gasparilla Bowls will be allowed to pay the players.
Not the Pop-Tart Bowl. God.
You gotta be shit. I didn't even know there was a fucking Pop-Tart bowl. What the fuck?
Florida, yeah.
All about the guest.
So that was one thing. The second suggestion, this means they're really good ideas actually. If they were like really wanted to get back at them, like second suggestion is the legislators pass a bill that allows schools in Florida to make name, image, and likeness deals with their own athletes.
That is something the NCAA has already put forth. Right now is being suggested for next year. So
right.
So, I mean, if they don't do it, I could see states potentially that is a realistic chance of passing. And there's a lot of states, I mean, California kind of forefronted making NIL possible because they were going to allow colleges to pay athletes. So the NCAA said, "Oh, we have to allow NIL to do that stuff." So, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they could buy Jimbo Fisher out of a $76 million contract.
That's A&M. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the funny part is that money doesn't even come out of the athletic program. It was all donated money. Like, literally, as soon as he got his hands on the money to pay off Jimbo Fisher, he's like, well, let's get him out. This money's going to that. And that's only like half of what they got in some like lump sum donation too, which is insane.
There's money so it's not hurting the schools is the point though.
No, of course not.
Well, CFP discussion's a good segue. I know you guys discussed it a little bit last week, and Nori, hell of a job leading that, by the way, while I was feeling under the weather.
Thank you.
So,
that's fine.
But wanted to share my thoughts, and it echoes a lot of what Phil said. CFP just destroyed what college football is all about. Football is like baseball, like basketball. But there are team sports. Football is the ultimate team sport. Everyone's got to work together to make it successful. Linemen got to block, receivers got to run the right routes, running back, same thing, block, run, quarterback has to call signals, but then on the other side of the ball, you got to rely on your defense to shut the other team down. Special teams, killer. One person does not make a team. So the fact that Florida State got screwed out of it going undefeated in a Power 5 conference is a fucking travesty. And to be honest, that rule that the CFP has, availability of key players, in some ways it's the Jameis Winston rule. If you guys remember the year Florida State won the national title, or was the year after, I can't remember, he was in danger of being suspended because of crab legs. You guys remember that?
Yeah, not our finest moments.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and say that.
He was eating crab legs before he was eating W's. But that was something being discussed then, like, well, should they put him in if he's not able to play? Because I think the rule was if he gets indicted on charges, Florida State had a policy where they're immediately suspending athletes that are indicted. But
it's a good point. I mean,
yeah.
that it's a team sport, not a single player.
Yeah.
What other team would they say that about in college football?
You can't. I mean, because let's face it, if Quinn Ewers went down, and he did for part of the season, the Horns still kept winning. Are you gonna say the Horns can't go in because Arch Manning's the quarterback now? No. I mean, it's not right what happened, and it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, Bama, you're not one of the 4 best teams in the country. I don't give a fuck how much Paul Feinbaum likes to tout the SEC, this and that, and yes, my Horns are going to be the SEC next year. Fine, but it's Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Florida State. Yes, you can make an argument Texas jumps Florida State right now, but if you're putting all this headway, the committee is, by the way, that Jordan Travis's injury is the reason Florida State's not in, then you should have given Jordan Travis the fucking Heisman Trophy. If he's that good, that even your team going undefeated, but he's not there, so they're not in, so Jordan Travis should be the Heisman. I don't even know who the fuck won the Heisman this week, because if it wasn't Jordan Travis, it doesn't make sense. The way his injury is costing the Noles.
It was Daniels or something like that.
Somebody from LSU. I forget his name.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels.
I'm saying it was Jaden does. He won the Heisman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, congrats to him. Great, good job and all, but you can make an argument. Jordan Travis wasn't even a freaking finalist. It just doesn't make sense. So now people say, well, Georgia's going to pounce Florida State, this and that, blah. Half of Georgia's team probably is not even going to play because they're going to prep for the NFL draft.
Yeah. And on top of that, and Travis didn't have him win the ACC championship game. There was another quarterback who did that.
Yes, it's a team game. That defense. I know he struggled. And that was the third string because the second string. I forget the second string. He was hurt. Like you give this,
and the team still did it.
You give this team a month to prep. They could beat a Michigan or a Washington. And I've seen all these sportscasters saying, like, I've seen Stephen A. Smith saying this too. Oh, we don't want another TCU getting blown up by Georgia. Dude, TCU beat Michigan last year to get to that game. And yes, Georgia was a buzzsaw.
So we're going to act like no other program has been blown out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't sit there and tell me last year
many major programs have been blown out.
They would have got blown out the way to Georgia too. You're going to say Michigan shouldn't be in because they got blown out last year? It just doesn't make sense. Like, everyone is overlooked that, well, Georgia destroyed TCU. TCU beat Michigan to get there. You're acting like they didn't deserve to be in the national title because they got blown out. Well, they beat the team that they were drawn up against in the semifinal. So Don't give me that fucking argument, Stephen A. Don't give me this argument, Paul Feinbaum, that the 4 best teams are in. They're not. Because you guys are the same ones saying that the regular season is a playoff in itself. And if that's your logic, Bama should not be in. They lost to Texas. Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes. And Georgia not being there is just crazy. It's insane.
Yeah. Well, Georgia, that was the playoff. They lost to Bama. That's the way it is. Yeah, so like I said.
Yeah, but he brought us on the point we had last week in that Georgia should have not been there in front of Alabama still. If they're picking by entertainment value, which is basically what they're saying they're doing,
So you're picking
Georgia's
wrestling.
Georgia's still the best team I think in the country still. I think that shit happened in one game, but I think they're still. I mean, they just what was their win streak before they lost that game?
29, I think it was.
Yeah,
It was insane.
It's impressive as it was, but still, it's sometimes it's one game, but that's football. I mean, how many major upsets have we seen in the NFL playoffs?
No. I'm just saying if you're putting an Alabama in over them, and I mean, where Florida State's undefeated altogether, they had more wins against the SEC. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But if you're going to even still, the most Georgia would run the table with all the teams that they did put in. Is my point. I think.
It's debatable. We'll see. It just depends on the matchup too.
We won't see. We won't see because
Texas has matched up pretty well against Georgia in the past. The matchup against Washington is tough because we forget Washington destroyed Texas last year in the Alamo Bowl.
So what happens now if Florida State goes down into the Orange Bowl and beats Georgia though?
Then I think every
then
Florida
we all
State fan,
about it.
I'm going to say this. If Florida State wins in the Orange Bowl, and I think with the month of preparation, they very easily could, they should claim a national championship. The same way Central Florida did some years back. That they went undefeated, beat some strong teams, and still didn't get into the playoff because the CFP committee's goal is to keep group of 5 teams out. So if Florida State wins, I think every Noles fan has every right to claim a national championship. By all means, go for it. You're not going to get an argument from me. Now, yeah, I'm not going to be I'm biased about this. If Georgia had won championship weekend and everything else played out the way it was, I would have had no problem with Texas being left out because you would have had 4 undefeated conference champions, and it would have been no problem with me. So, it's the way football is. Will it be better next year with 12 teams? Absolutely. But
absolutely,
they definitely got it wrong this year, for sure. I mean, you can make arguments. They
had to go out with a dumpster fire because they already know this committee is bullshit. So they just had to be on cue to go out in a complete dumpster fire. That's what they did.
Yeah, Bama shouldn't be in, and it's just crap.
Par for the course.
So you could have had Texas and Michigan in the Rose Bowl. Well, that bring back memories, right? So.
That would have been fun.
That would have been a lot of fun. So, that being said, I think the national championship is going to be Michigan and Texas. And and if that happens, to be honest with you, this CFP thing has made people forget what went on at Michigan this year, honestly. So, but if that does happen,
Michigan has to love this. Now they're not the villains anymore.
Oh, yeah. But if people get reminded what Michigan did this year and it ends up being Michigan and whoever for the national title, it's going to be one of those things where the rest of the country's going to be cheering for whoever Michigan's playing. So, but
hey, y'all, I made a couple of AI things for that game, the Texas Huskies game, actually. On the streets of Bourbon Street, Longhorn and Husky fighting. I'll put them in the chat.
A part of me is a bit disappointed Georgia didn't win because if Georgia had won, you would have seen a Michigan-Washington matchup in the Rose Bowl as a semifinal, and it would have been one final year the Rose Bowl got the traditional Big Ten Pac-12 matchup, which this is the last year that could have been possible. So, it is what it is. So, it sucks. Bama doesn't deserve to be there. I firmly believe that. They're not one of the 4 best teams, and you're not going to tell me otherwise. Florida State, you guys got screwed. I'm sorry, Phil. That is complete bullshit. So, but Noles fans, I know some of y'all talk about boycott the Orange Bowl. You do more harm to your school than good by doing that. Go out there, show up in mass. It's in your own backyard. I mean, granted, it is Miami. You can make the trip from Tallahassee. Go get fucking loud. Run those Bulldogs out of the building and show them. To every Noles fan, I think they have the motivation. Show them why you should be in the hunt. And if the Noles win, claim your national championship. You'll get no argument from me. So, none whatsoever. Now, Draymond Green, if you haven't heard by now, Oh, man's got some issues. Suspended indefinitely, and which surprised me a bit. I really thought when I saw what happened, I said he's at least getting 15, 20 games. But indefinitely now. So Silver came down hard on this one. He's got to go through mental health issues. Is that the counseling, right? Rob,
He's got to go through mental health counseling, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like an agreement between the league and the team, like how much counseling he has to go through before they even consider reinstatement. So, yeah.
What do you think the minimum amount of time he would be out before the league would even consider reinstating him?
At least sessions per incident. So how many times has he been ejected in the last year? 3, 4?
Well, shit.
I lost count.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like
man, every time you turn around, he's getting ejected for something.
yeah, so like
Yeah.
Oh gosh, there's just no excuse. Whatever Skiggy did mean to. There's no reason to flow your arms out the way he did. They're just so stupid, dude. Yeah.
He meant to. That is so funny.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't mean to hurt him. I didn't mean to hit him. I was surprised I connected.
I was trying to sell this, but I'm no.
No.
I was trying to sell a flop,
No.
but
Yeah,
I'm not
so
a flopper. I'm like,
I'm not
wait,
a
hold
flopper,
on.
though.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not a flopper, guys. All right, don't write that. I'm not a flopper.
Totally not.
Speaking of people that really do need to shut the fuck up, Patrick Mahomes, just shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh, here we
Here we
go.
go.
Let's go.
Go
Let me
ahead,
get
JC.
the
Yeah.
popcorn. Hold on a second.
Yeah, let me get this ready. Go
Look,
ahead, buddy.
I got home from that tournament. I'm seeing all the highlights, and I'm seeing Patrick Mahomes bitching and complaining.
Hey, yeah. Go ahead. I want to hear. Hold on, you got to give me the backstory. I actually don't know this.
Okay, so I'm sure you've heard about the Kadarius Toney gaff, right?
Yeah.
Lined up
Yeah,
off
that's
sides,
play.
played his fucking day. The play was great. Travis Kelce conjured the power of his Taylor
the
Swift
Swiftie,
girlfriend, and all of
yeah.
a sudden turned into a quarterback. Got it to Tony, scores a touchdown. But sorry, you were lined up off sides. Play gets called back, and then the Chiefs end up losing because they can't get anything going. He was lined up off sides, Mahomes. Instead of sitting here throwing it on the refs and saying, oh, the refs can't make a call like that. The refs can't do this, do that. Maybe if it was a phantom pass interference call or illegal contact or defensive holding, block in the back, whatever. Played his day, he's lined up off sides. I watched highlights of the game. I saw him lined up. As soon as the ball was snapped, the flag goes in the air. You see it playing his day. Don't get mad at the damn referees. Get mad at your fucking wide receiver who didn't do what you're taught to from your first days playing football, whether it's pee-wee, middle school, high school, whatever. I played it for 6 years in middle and high school. If you split out wide, you point to the ref and indicate, I'm on the line, I'm off the line. He lines you up. If you're on the defensive side of the ball and you're a cornerback, you can point at the ref and say, am I onside? He'll tell you. It's not fucking hard to do. So why are you bitching at the referee? Why are you throwing a tantrum on the sideline like a 5-year-old? Why are you sitting there bringing it up when you're supposed to be saying good game and congratulations to Josh Allen, and then you're berating the officials in the media when they got it right? You're supposed to be the league MVP and you're acting like a little bitch. Plain and simple. It just annoyed the fuck out of me watching him go on a goddamn tirade, and I'm watching the play like, dude was offsides. Plain and simple. And
it sucks to end the game that way for what could have been possibly one of the best plays I've ever seen. It's just the way it ended.
But
I get it, and you needed somebody to blame, but he was shockingly uncomposed, and he's usually really composed. That was crazy.
If Odell Beckham makes a
I felt bad
crazy
for him.
one-handed behind the back catch, are we supposed to not call the face mask or offensive pass interference he might have gotten because he pushed the guy off? You know?
I mean, I don't think he's not justified for how angry and frustrated he was. But I get your point, JC. He should have been frustrated at Tony, but then he gets accused of being a shitty teammate. So it's like he loses either way, right?
Yeah. Now the refs warning coaches as a courtesy. Yeah, if someone's approaching the line or getting a little close, they might say, "Hey, move it back," whatever. Like been there before.
I have a question real quick. I haven't seen this play. So was he like? They didn't whistle him dead when he went off sides?
He was lined up in the neutral zone.
Oh, okay.
On offense. Yeah. His foot is literally at the width of the ball. So offsides is rarely called on offense because most receivers know, check with the ref, am I onside? You do it every time you split out. Whether you're on the line, off the line. That's why it's rarely ever called. But I have seen it before. Don't act like it's not in the rule book, Mahomes. It's there. So I don't know. It fucking annoyed me seeing her bitch about it in the media. And yeah, he's since apologized, but you're supposed to be like representing your team. You're a role model for kids. Like, no, that's not the kind of shit you say. You know? I coach youth sports. I've dealt with umpires making horrible calls. I get it. But the biggest thing I teach them is this. You're going to have bad calls. You're going to have things that don't go your way. But umpires and referees don't decide what happens on the field. It's up to you to do that. I teach that to 9 and 10-year-olds and 8-year-olds. You decide what happens on the field. The work you put in, whether you're going to make that play, make that throw, make the catch, make the right pitch, whether you're going to hit the ball, that's what decides the game. Not whether or not you got called out on a questionable pitch or struck out, whatever. So it's shitty that this guy's like this big NFL veteran. We have to talk to him like he's a goddamn 8-year-old. Like, shut up, dude. He was lined up off sides. Say, hey, whatever, next play. One of my girls strikes out, makes an error. Hey, next pitch, next play. Come on, dude. That was just frustrating to me watching that over and over and over again. It was like, God, this is Pee-wee shit. Why are we making a story about this? I don't know if there's any sportcasters defending him either. So,
Nope.
You can't.
No, I didn't see any.
Not this week.
No.
You know who comes out still like shining like luckiest man alive and all this?
Josh Allen?
No, Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce, because he still is a winner.
Hey, I didn't get to say this because I wasn't here last week, but we learned one thing. If Simone Biles is in attendance, that trumps Taylor Swift being in attendance because she was in attendance for Packers Chiefs, and Packers won that one. So, hey, little Texas pride there with Simone Biles.
Yeah, but didn't his girl get to see him do an awesome play regardless?
Still, yeah. So, yeah. Which I have a feeling that might be related to why Al Michaels isn't doing the playoffs, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that story, but
I saw he wasn't. I didn't know why.
Yeah, I saw he
wasn't.
wasn't.
Rumored because he's come out and said like, hey, I get it, but people are tuning in to watch a football game. Let's not make it a sideshow. I think he said that on the air a couple of times when he's done broadcasts for NBC.
And he's 100% right.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
but
he's correct.
If that's the reason you're taking a legendary broadcaster off for the playoffs, then that's bullshit. Dude deserves at this age deserves to go out when he's ready. So
yeah, he's been doing this for how many years now?
People forget he was the guy that called the Miracle on Ice. Yeah, so,
longer than we've been alive.
Forever.
Yeah,
basically,
pretty much. So
he's not wrong. Like when Taylor Swift first came to the game, somebody counted, and I think I said in the podcast already, but somebody counted that they zoomed in on her 27 times.
Well, let's face it, they put him on there. They put this guy on the air. They've had this guy on there freestyling for how many years as plays go on and what's going on with the game and how he sees the game. Yeah. I think he's earned the right to call it as he sees it.
Exactly.
I mean,
right.
Nobody's ever questioned
bad about her. Nothing like that. He's just, hey, we're here to watch football.
Right. He didn't talk shit. He's right though.
Yeah.
Like let her enjoy the game. That's cool. But the subject of what we're all watching is a football game. Like she should barely be mentioned. Hey, like when perfect example, Jack Nicholson has like season tickets for like life and shit.
Yeah.
Right. So they pan onto him once, and that's it. That's it. They occasionally show him, but they don't show him over and over and over. They don't do the shit with JC and Jay-Z.
Yeah, and he's courtside. Like, he's like courtside too.
Spike Lee at a Knicks game, right? Yeah. They show maybe once or
like
twice.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spike Lee, who literally yells at players, they don't show as often as they show Taylor Swift. Like he's there, all 5'2" of him, trying to start fights with these fucking players who will just make him a fucking snack. Like, come on.
The Reggie Miller thing, legendary, right? So.
See, but he's been doing that for years now. She's trying to catch up to.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move into an overreacting minorities segment. I do have a couple I want to throw at you guys. So, first one is this. With the way the Cowboys have been playing at home this year.
Overreaction.
God damn it, Rob. Let him finish the question.
If Dallas gets the number one seed in the NFC, the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl.
Definitely
Absolutely
overreaction.
not, and I'm going to tell you why. Look at the month. Look at the month they do that. No way.
I know.
January? Yeah, right.
Yeah. Throw it out there. Have to ask. You know, the way they're dominating. DJ, what's
No,
your...
it's fun to ask.
I can't say that's not an overreaction. I don't want to. I don't want to have any issues when it comes down to it. I said it last week. I'm taking it a week at a time, so I'm very happy that we finger banged the Eagles. It made me very happy. I was super excited about it. I don't actually even know any Eagles fans. I mean, there's some sprinkled around, but I don't really know them. I just see them wearing Eagles gear, and I purposely made sure that they saw my Cowboys gear. Just so they know what happened to them.
You see a few wearing Eagles gear on game day, but they magically take that.
Yeah, they
lose. Yeah,
they disappeared. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. They just changed jerseys. Like, they have a spare shirt that they just threw on real quick. Oh, I'm not an Eagles fan. Whatever.
Nah, bro.
So, but it was great, and I love it. But I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, this is our year now" because we beat the Eagles. I'm not doing that. I'm happy we won the game. I'm glad we did.
You're like an overly modest Cowboys fan. You're like the only overly modest Cowboys fan I've ever seen in my life.
He really is, though. Hey, like, he's accepted it.
Love him.
Like, he
exactly. I have to, because when you go back through history, you get yourself excited and you get destroyed emotionally.
He's got that attitude like, I've been here before. Don't make me go on this road again. Yeah. So
I'm like Larry.
You're the only one.
I've seen this movie too many times.
You're the only one.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you're the only Cowboys fan I've ever met who's like that.
Well, that's why he's on this podcast. He's special.
Honest, to be fair,
he's a minority, even among Cowboys fans.
To be totally, if I'm being totally fair and objective, JC's wife and Chicken Wing's wife are like that too.
Yeah.
They have no faith in them in the playoffs. They'll root for them. They want them to win.
Oh, yeah.
But they know in January they're not getting 2 Christmases.
My wife could not stand Tony Romo his entire fucking Dallas career. Like, I don't care how good he was playing. It's like, nope, she would always say he's gonna choke. He's always gonna choke. He's gonna pull a Romo. So, ever since he fumbled that snap in Seattle, she's just can't stand the guy.
Oh my God! Don't get me started on that. I'm watching that game. My heart exploded in my chest when it happened. I was like, "This is unbelievable."
Yeah.
Yeah.
My uncle was actually in Iraq when it happened at 4 in the morning because people thought bombs were going off because he was breaking shit in his tent at like 4 in the morning. Yeah, it was great. I said I really wish I was there, Uncle Al. I really do.
Oh my gosh.
I would have liked to have been there for that misery.
All right, my other topic for you. If the Chiefs don't win the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift's going to write a song about how bad the NFL referees are.
That's not an overreaction. Nope.
I don't know if Taylor Swift she'll go after rich white guys. She won't go after billionaires. Okay. She knows her audience.
She might secretly do it and make it sound like a breakup song, So.
If they don't make it, they break up.
Oh my God!
Wow, can you imagine? She's like, "Hey, Travis, listen, y'all got to get to the Super Bowl.
Only day champions.
This shit's over with."
I'm literally top of the world right now, and you just fell off.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to let you go.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, "You were the problem. It's you."
Yep.
Yeah.
No. Throwing a flag on you. Yeah. So.
Jesus.
That could be the name of the song, JC. You did that. That was you.
Red flags. Yeah.
Yeah. Call it whatever you want to, buddy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Anybody else have more they want to throw out there, or are we ready to move on?
I have one for. Let's see. I have one for the AFC.
Okay.
Mm.
And this is kind of hard. Overreaction that the Browns get to the AFC Championship game.
Ooh.
The Ravens won. The Ravens won, but the fact that they let the Rams hang around that much was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And think about this before. The Ravens had it when Joe Flacco won the Super Bowl. The Ravens had a good running game. They had a great defense, and he did just enough to where they win. And nobody in the AFC is playing spectacular right now.
Well, is it all right if I jump on this with my playoff machine, a little precursor to that? Because I agree. It's very possible. It's not
I think we'll probably want to do the playoff machine later, but ask the host.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on the same idea because I'll kind of spoil this. I actually have Cleveland in at the 7th seed in my playoff machine. So even if they were to win that wild card game, they got to turn around and play the top seed, which I have as Baltimore. So, oh boy, I don't. As good as they're playing, I don't know. If
Joe Flacco against his old team.
Yeah, boy, can you imagine?
That'd be pretty epic.
That'd be dope. I'd watch that.
I'm gonna say right now it's an overreaction. I really got to see how they do the next couple weeks. They got the Bears. The Texans is going to be a big test if the Texans have C.J. Stroud back. And that's going to be the big one. So, yeah.
Oh, actually, I think I have one more. Then I'm done.
Okay.
Overreaction because of what everything that happened with the Texans and they completely collapsed. That the MVP really should be between Dak and Stroud. You take off Stroud. I'm not saying he's even better or worse than Dak. That's not the issue. What I'm saying is you take Stroud off the Texans, they become completely fucking useless.
See, and I agree with that. The problem is the way they vote for the MVP. Yeah, well, if you get hurt, too bad. They're going to look at who was healthy most of the season and made their team there. I think right now the MVP is between Dak Prescott and Lamar Jackson. That's ultimately who I think the NFL MVP is between right now. So
I would agree with that.
Not Brock Purdy.
No, I don't.
He should be up there though.
He probably should be up there. But
he's up
I
there.
think Dak and Lamar are like the sexy picks right now for MVP. So, yes, you can make a case for Purdy, but I think the sports writers and everybody else that's going to vote is going to look at Dak and
I don't wouldn't mind if Dak won just so Dallas can win something in January. So
shots fired.
Sorry. Thank you. I wear Teflon. I have Teflon on all the time. I know they're coming. So that's
I got one.
Unless it was the Walter Payton or Man of the Year award, you fuckers weren't winning shit since '96. So, and you're not even nominated for that this year. So you better get MVP.
I know you're wearing Teflon, but that one might have gotten through, DJ. I'm just saying that's pretty.
Well, I feel a little blood running down, so I think that one actually broke. Might have to get another vest.
Okay.
DJ's used to be my now. He knows what he signed up for every Wednesday.
Exactly.
I got one.
Yes, I was like, you know what? I gotta make sure the trades are coming. So,
yeah.
So with the recent upsets considered, is the AFC South now the most competitive division in the NFL? Overreaction or not?
Oh boy,
definite overreaction. What happened to the AFC North?
I was going to say
the Bengals are all of a sudden very good.
They got Mitch Trubisky.
That does take
as a
it down a few
quarterback.
notches. Yeah, the committee's not going to like
the
that.
Ravens.
The
Ravens are very good. The Browns are all of a sudden very good, and the Bengals are playing great.
Yeah, well we have
Browning.
Jacksonville at 9-5.
8-5 currently.
I'm sorry, 8-5. Houston at 7-6, and Indy at 7-6.
And the Titans at 5-8. Just throwing that out there, right? Yeah.
But the Titans are 5-8.
Yeah, just throwing it out there. Yeah, I mean, I'd still say the AFC North is very competitive. You got the Ravens, you got the Bengals, you got the Browns. You could say, the Steelers without Mitchell Trubisky. Yeah, the playoff committee is not going to like that very much. You lose a key player. That's going to really hurt that division's chances, I guess. But, so I had to throw that joke in there once. I'm sorry. Yeah. So.
The fact.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get into our Week 15 predictions. Guys, the bye weeks are over. And if your fantasy league has a top 6, it is playoff time in your fantasy league. Nori, congrats. In my fantasy league, some crazy tiebreakers. thanks to my loss and his win and a whole bunch of other people ahead of him, he jumped from 9 to 6 in my fantasy league and took the last playoff spot in my fantasy league. Congrats, Nori. Good luck. So,
I was sad for you about your collapse, dude. Like you were like 7-2 at one point, bro. I was sad for you. Like I literally told everybody, JC's gonna win his league for once. Like holy shit,
Joe Burrow got hurt. That son of a bitch.
Yeah, well,
yeah. So, among other things,
that was
Cincinnati curse,
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So ended up on a losing streak.
No, it's his league. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, ended up on a losing streak, and I
Jeez.
got the buy-in, the consolation. So I got playing again, once again, for the number 1 pick next year, even though it didn't really help me out this past year.
JC could draft prime Randy Moss, fucking Joe Montana, and Jesus of Nazareth, and he still wouldn't fucking win his league.
Exactly.
It's
He gets third.
But running backs could
He
be
get
Emmitt
there.
Smith and Tony Dorsett, and fucking Barry.
Can you imagine?
Sanders. Yeah.
He'd have
Or
Barry
Barry
Sanders, Megatron.
Yeah. Oh, I still couldn't even win a daily fantasy with that fucking lineup. It's insane. So,
Fucking JC, man.
yeah.
fucking doomsday defense is your defensive. Nah, doesn't matter.
Doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't make a difference.
Could have that amazing Ravens defense. Still won't do it. So, but I might have to just draft a kicker number 1 and see what the fuck happens at this point.
Hey, you can draft the
Dude,
Dallas
you'll
kicker.
probably win it. If you do that shit, you'll probably win it. If you
All
get
right.
Brandon Aubrey. Get Brandon Aubrey and you're going to win.
No,
It's
Justin
gold.
Tucker, hook him. Let's do it. So
Nah, man.
Listen,
you gotta
I'm
go.
gonna say,
Aubrey
look,
has
Brandon
not
Aubrey-
missed this year.
Aubrey has not. That's true.
Exactly.
He's looking good.
He doesn't
He-
field goal, man.
He hit from
He
60
output
yards.
the Eagles offense by itself.
That's true.
Yeah, Philly, what happened? Fuck you. Yes. Go on. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
go
So
ahead.
our pick
Gotta
order
get
this
his-
week: DJ, Chicken Wing, but he's not here. Rob, JC, Nori, and Phil. All right. Once again, guys, make sure you save your picks. Not gonna tell you again the worst excuse.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And this
I'm
also
gonna save my
is,
shit
by the
now.
way, this also is, by the way, the week where we have some Saturday games.
Yes.
But let's start on Thursday night. Chargers
This is
at
gross.
Raiders, and this one looks very different now that Herbert is done for the year.
This is a disgusting game.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
Can I
Wait.
take the under just because no one's
Yeah.
going
What's the under? What is the under?
Over
I don't know,
34.
I'll say 2. I'll say 2.
Who do the Chargers got now at quarterback?
This guy
well,
named
Yes.
Mitchell Trubisky, so
I
they
got
have a
it.
shot. So, you know,
No. His name is Easton Stick. That's his name.
that sounds
Yep.
fucking badass.
It's a great fucking name.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Easton
Yeah.
Stick.
That's right.
Put that in the old name team for your.
Where'd he play? Does anyone know anything about
In the sticks. Could
What's-
not help
I
myself.
was using a joke too because I had nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah.
him? No, I mean, you got to think about these things. You saw Browning.
He is a 5th-year quarterback from North Dakota State.
North Dakota.
The
Fifth year?
Legendary Bison. Hey, that's a college of champions right there. So, yeah.
All right, all my picks are saved.
All right.
He is a 5th-year quarterback.
Yeah, 5th year.
How?
Hey,
I've never even heard of this guy.
I don't know.
5th-year
Fuck.
quarterback. He's only thrown 25 passes in the NFL.
I don't like his chances.
Well, let's see, DJ. We'll start with you. You taking the Chargers? You taking the Raiders?
Fucking
And yes,
I'm
you have
gonna
to take
take-
somebody.
yeah, I know. I'm not gonna be like Mike. I mean, oh, can I not pick someone? No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders
Fuck
because
that guy.
they're. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna pick the Raiders just because it's Easton Stick, and I don't know anything about this guy. He's been in the league 5 years, and he just now serviced from under the rock that he was hiding under. So there you go.
Chicken Wing didn't send his pick, so we just kind of have to guess what he's picking.
We can ignore them. It's okay.
Let's just fuck around and say he's taking the Chargers just to piss him off. All right.
All
Rob,
right.
Who you going with?
Well, since Mike sucks and he's picking the Chargers, I'm going to pick the Raiders.
Good call.
I'm going with the Raiders as well. Nori.
I'm going with the Raiders because I cannot imagine them doing that bad again next week. I just can't imagine it.
All right. And Phil.
I'm going with the Chargers. Just because
course you are.
the Easton Stick name is in the all-time name list, and we did just see Jake Browning, who had been on the bench for at least 3 years, come out and do the exact same thing. So
Yes, but Jake Browning performed when he came out. Easton Stick stuck it to like nobody.
Was
like,
horrible.
I like how you just
Horrible.
stuck it so-
Oh, he's already.
Terrible. He already
Yeah.
played.
Oh, homie, he's played already.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's played.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's got past his first game.
I'm
Yeah,
just
it's
throwing this out there
Yeah.
too. Keenan Allen is
Yeah.
also ruled out against the Raiders. So
That is correct.
Oh yeah, so good. Yeah, go ahead.
oh
And
no, never mind, guys. Never mind. I'm changing my pick.
Yeah, how you feeling about that?
Yeah, Raiders. The Raiders.
Yeah,
Yeah. The Chargers are going to charge. Don't worry about that.
oh yeah.
Yeah, they tend to.
They've
Yeah.
been charging.
On to a Saturday triple header on NFL Network, starting with Minnesota at Cincy. And honestly, with the way the Bengals are playing right now, is anybody taking the Vikings?
Nope.
Nope.
No. Didn't think
Mike,
so.
go ahead and do it. We believe in you. Thanks. Good job, Mike.
Good job.
Yeah, Mike
Way to
Love
go, Mike.
Probably did.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Oh,
That's
hilarious.
Chicken Wings pick, right?
That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
we're
yeah, I'm sure it is.
going with.
Mhm. Yep.
All right. Pittsburgh at Indy. Last I checked, Mitchell Trubisky is still the starting quarterback. So is anybody taking the Steelers?
Yep.
Yeah, Indy.
Nope.
God.
You don't even have to tell me who the quarterback is for Indy. I'm just starting Indy. I'm good.
What if it was DeMarcus
Yeah.
Russell?
What if it was Winston?
Have you seen Mitch Trubisky made Arizona look like Kurt Warner was still there, and then he made the Patriots look like Brady was there. I'm good, homie.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going Gardner Minshew. Going Gardner Minshew
Yeah,
over
Marcus
Mitch
Russell.
Trubisky.
Yeah, I'll take Uncle
Jesus
Rico over
Christ.
that train wreck.
Uncle Rico.
All right.
So that means Chicken Wings got Chicken Wings got who?
Chickens go with
The
Mitchell.
Steelers.
That's right.
Steelers. Good job.
All right. Denver.
That's what
at-
Chicken Wing. Chicken Wing. That's what he does. He just looks at whoever the majority picks on Yahoo all year, and
Yeah.
he just goes with them.
For sure.
He's playing it safe because he has no guessing ability.
Denver
I said it.
at Detroit.
Okay, Mike.
Ah.
Boy, this is a tough one.
Denver.
DJ, go for it, sir. What you got?
Oh wait, I need to wait my turn, right?
Yeah, what you
We're not Neanderthals.
DJ, what you got?
I like Denver in this one. I don't know what's going on in Detroit. They're just not playing good football right now, and Denver is. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Broncos.
All right, Chicken Wing probably like Broncos country. Let's ride.
Definitely.
Probably.
Rob, what
Yeah.
you got?
I am the
Okay.
Lions fan, so I will be going with Detroit.
Okay. I'm going with Denver. They're just playing great right now, and the Lions are reeling a bit. So if they're going to break out of it, this is the game they have to do it. The way the Broncos are riding high right now, I'm going with them. Nori.
I'm only going for the Lions for one reason, because I cannot imagine how talented they are losing 4 games in a row. And I know the Broncos are playing better now. I get it. I just can't see them losing 4 games in a row. That'll be a crazy, crazy skid. Can't see it. And I might regret this, but I'm going to go with the Lions.
All right. And Phil.
I'm with Nori on that. Yeah, I would be shocked.
I'll
Sunday,
hold that.
what's
Yeah.
up? All right. Sunday early games, Chicago at Cleveland. And quite frankly, before last week, I probably could have asked, does everybody go with the Bears? But the Bears did just beat the Lions. So something crazy is going on. This is going to be a better matchup than I think people give it credit for. But
This is Sunday morning, right?
Sunday morning, yeah. So, DJ, who you got on this one?
Cleveland. Yeah,
Alright.
Cleveland, confidently.
Rob?
I'm taking former NFL champion Joe Flacco's Cleveland Browns.
I'm going with Joe Skinny as well. Nori?
I've seen enough. I am no longer slendering Joe Flacco, so I'm definitely going with Cleveland. You know, he seems like the Jets and every other journeyman place he went to, he didn't fit in, right? Not that he's bad, because he's not, but he didn't fit in. He seems to really fit in with the Browns, and he's doing just enough to win games and keep them alive, because the Browns are, I've been saying this for 2 years, completely loaded at talent. They're ready to win a Super Bowl.
All right.
Nice.
Phil?
Well, I guess it sounds like Chicken Wings got the Bears because I'm also taking the Browns.
All right.
Good job, Chicken Wing. Way to go with the
Chicken Wing.
Bears. Appreciate you.
Who did Chicken Wing pick?
The Bears.
The Bears.
We're just saying that because he didn't send me his picks. So, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's cute.
All right. Rob, as much as you say you're a Lions fan, deep down, you know you love your Bucks. Baker Mayfield's not there, but Tampa Bay hits to Green Bay. What you got?
I'm actually gonna take Tampa on this one. I still don't believe Jordan Love is the real deal in Green Bay, and despite my hatred of Baker Mayfield, I will take Tampa Bay.
He's coming around, guys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look at it. Yeah, almost there.
Wasn't it until they benched Baker Mayfield? I'm never.
Yeah,
Until they cut him or something, yeah. But hey, he's taking him this time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but
He
then you
must
gotta
really
maybe
not
pick
trust
Jordan
Jordan
Love.
Love.
Yeah, just Jordan.
yeah, he must fucking hate Jordan Love.
Well, DJ, who you got on this one?
I'm actually going with the Packers at home.
All right. I'm going with Green Bay as well. Tampa is going to Green Bay at the wrong time of year, and I still don't believe right now in any team from the NFC South right now making waves. So I'm going with Green Bay at home on this one. Nori.
It's more of a trickle.
I'm barely. I think this game will be closer than people think. I am barely going with Green Bay at home.
All right. Phil.
Green Bay at home.
All right. Houston Texans at the Tennessee Titans / Houston Oilers, because it is Oilers week. Billy White Shoes Johnson is going into the Titans Oilers Ring of Honor as well this week. It's pretty damn awesome. So, after that win this past Monday, and the fact that we're busting the Oilers gear out, and yes, because CJ Stroud is in concussion protocol, most likely not playing, every reason for me to go with the Oilers. So yes, picking the Titans. And nobody give me shit about how it's cold-blooded doing this and that wearing the Oilers gear. Nah, the history's with the Titans franchise. It always will be. So, DJ, who you going with?
Man, y'all are cold-blooded for doing those Oilers. I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah,
He's picking the Houston team.
nice.
Texans lose their starting quarterback and have to see the jerseys. Cold-blooded.
Hey, they announced it off season. It's not like I don't know why everyone's acting all surprised. It's been announced.
So is Stroud definitely out?
As I understand it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
has to be.
he's in. Yeah, so I don't think he's gonna.
Is it pretty bad? I didn't see the hit, so I don't know how bad.
I didn't see
You're
it.
going to see the next article about an investigation going into the Texans. They ain't trying to deal with that. They already had an investigation with the quarterback before. They ain't trying to fuck with that again. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Titans. Simply because C. Stroud's not playing. If there's some sort of miracle and he suits up, then we'll go from there. But I doubt it.
Who's number 2?
Oh, I'm going with
Who
the
cares?
Oilers. Yeah.
David
Shit,
Jones,
yeah,
right?
no,
So,
nobody is the response that you're looking for. No one.
Yes.
Number 2.
Doesn't matter.
Nori, who you got?
is anybody picking Houston?
Mm-hmm.
Mike is.
I'm picking the Houston Oilers.
I knew it.
Mike doesn't want to be in first place. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm picking the Titans.
All right.
Yeah, I'm picking Titans as well.
All right. Big division matchup. Jets at Dolphins.
Ooh, this is me.
Huh?
That is you.
This is me.
That's Nori. Yeah.
This is me.
So go.
Do I go last? Do I go last with your team or first? One card.
First.
First. Oh, I was saying Jets, not Giants. So, but yeah.
I heard you.
Okay. You can go first if you want to pick this one, since you got the little Jets fandom there. What you got?
I mean, it's not some big thing. I'm sticking with the Dolphins. Like, if last week's Jets show up, I think they definitely can beat them. If last week, key word. But Zach Wilson, unfortunately, as much as I'm kind of a fan of him, he has not been consistent, and I don't think the Dolphins will lose to the Jets. So, I'm going to go with
the
them.
Jets?
No,
Good job, Chicken
Zach
Wing.
Wilson tends to have one good game, but then he follows it up by throwing 3 interceptions or a multi-turnover game
And then
the
3
next
bad
one.
ones. Yeah.
So exactly. So here we go with this one. So yeah, I'm going with the Dolphins, and this may end up being a blowout, quite frankly.
I have a feeling this game may be a blowout, and the next one, Kansas City at New England. Bro.
Good job,
Yeah,
Chicken
Wing.
New England beats the Chiefs.
Good job, Chicken Wing.
Yeah,
Actually,
exactly.
the question. Hold on. Question real quick. Is Tyreek Hill healthy and playing?
I haven't heard
He-
otherwise that he's not playing.
He's
Because
listed
if
as
he's not healthy-
questionable, but I expect that he's going to play. We
His
just
wife's
don't
going to make
know
him play.
for
If
sure.
he doesn't,
Well,
if he does not play, I am 100% changing it to the Jets because this team is Tyreek Hill might be the only non-quarterback who's up for an MVP role. That team is completely different without Tyreek Hill. I won't even hesitate.
The Dolphins
Did
did
you see
lose
what-
their
did
starting
you see
center
what-
to a
how-
torn ACL also, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that news, but I mean,
Did you see how the Dolphins played when Tyreek Hill went out? Like
yeah.
they're a different team.
they didn't play. Is what happened.
yeah.
Exactly.
But his wife told him he had to get back in there. You know, he got back in there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really going to depend on what his wife says. So yeah,
Jesus Christ.
sorry, I had to throw it out there. It was pretty
That's
funny.
probably why he beat her ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lord have mercy.
I didn't do it. He did.
Not yet.
I don't hit my wife. I don't hit my wife. And, you know, I'm good.
Nori just uses
Maybe.
his words, guys. That's it. That's all.
All
Just
right,
words.
Yeah, I don't-
Chiefs at Patriots. Is anybody picking New England to hand the Chiefs their third straight loss?
Chicken wing.
No,
Chicken wing.
no, there's no way.
Oh.
good job, Chicken.
I really hope he listens to this.
Appreciate you taking one for the team.
Oh my god. Alrighty.
I'm gonna laugh if all these picks that we're saying are chicken wings are actually ones that hit.
That'd be
Well,
hilarious.
it happened last week.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All
Chicken
right,
Wing gets a
Nori,
winning record out of this and actually wins the week. Yeah, I will be sick on next
Yeah.
week. I'll be sick. I'll tell you right now.
All right, Nori, your Giants head to
I'll be too
New
sick to come on the
Orleans.
podcast.
How do you feel about your Giants?
I am
chances?
confidently picking. I feel great right now. I actually would pick the Giants to beat Philly right now.
Ooh,
That's how
boy.
confident I am.
Ooh,
Philly's
okay.
playing like dog shit. Giants are playing really good. Green Bay is allegedly a good team, and they just beat them. Regardless if it was close or not, they beat them. They found a way in the
Allegedly.
fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, with a 2-minute drive, with everything on the line, and DeVito has yet to throw a pick also. So, yeah, I'm gonna confidently go with the Giants because New Orleans is not impressive.
Right. DJ.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go with the Giants also. I think the Saints are bad, quite frankly, and the Giants are playing good football right now.
All right. Rob.
I'm gonna go with the Giants until they give me a reason not to. Yeah.
I like that, Robert. I like that.
Huh.
Same Giants as well. The way they're playing right now, I think they'll beat any team out of the NFC South. To be honest here. So yeah, I'm going with the Giants. Phil.
I'm just looking at the records, and 3 of the teams in the NFC South have a better record than the Giants. And one of those is, and one of these is the Saints.
Yeah, go with that. That's it. That's good. Yeah, go with
Yeah, you sound like Mike. So congratulations for that.
All right. Well, I'm going with the Saints. This is where I'm taking.
We didn't learn our lesson last week, did we? We don't learn.
Let him take his 10 and leave the
let me
man
take-
alone.
Go ahead. Exactly.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, you did, Phil. I mean, you picked the Eagles to beat the Cowboys too, but go on. It's all good.
Yep. No, I
He also picked Green Bay to beat the Giants.
Hey, he's crushing it right
All
now.
of us
Killing
did. Shit.
Listen, okay, so records are a bigger deal to you, Phil, right? So you mean to tell me you would actually pick the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers to beat the Giants? The way the Giants are playing right now with Mitch
No,
Trubisky,
I didn't say
that's
that.
your logic.
But Pittsburgh Steelers. No, I didn't say Pittsburgh Steelers. I didn't say Carolina. I'm saying
They have a better
New
record.
Orleans.
They have a better record. Several teams have a better record than
They're
the
not.
Giants.
They're
and
not the
Giants would beat them.
Steelers.
Yeah.
They're playing the Saints.
The Saints are not that good. Who
They're
impresses
not.
you about the Saints? Help Nori here understand.
They got a pretty decent receiver out there who's been catching some
Olave?
passes. I mean, yeah.
Chris Olave, yeah. I can't wait to see him go up against Banks. Yeah.
It's gonna be a hell of a matchup.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's my pick is the Saints.
All right. All right, and Atlanta at Carolina. The
Yep.
sports minorities pick for the game that should be flex, but really isn't because epic
Flex
division matchup.
to the radio or
Anybody picking
Yeah.
Carolina to beat the Falcons on this one?
no?
I really should pick the Panthers so that way if the Falcons can win. But fuck Carolina. I mean, fuck Atlanta. They don't get to have fun. So I'm going to pick the Falcons.
All right. Oh, forgot about that curse shit. Although the past 2 weeks it's been spot on, so it's.
And I actually picked Tampa last week. I actually picked them last week too. I just didn't fucking save it.
Yeah.
No, that's the curse in action. 'Cause-
honestly, I can't even argue with that. Really, dude. Can't even argue with that. No, it's true.
All right, late afternoon Sunday games. Communists at Rams on this one, and the Rams are favored by 6.5. Anybody taking Washington to win this game?
Do we know what their new name's gonna be yet? No,
Fuck 'em.
No clue.
officially, no.
I know that's not an answer that you're looking for. I'm just
Depends on
telling
who's
you.
the presidency next year. I don't know. Fuck it.
Wow.
Wow.
This seems like another. I mean, this game is almost as boring to me as the Atlanta Carolina game.
The Rams are kind of fun to watch. They made a game out of it with the Ravens.
Nakua! Puka Nakua is fun to watch.
Oh yeah, no, they've been on
that's
it.
true.
Cup,
This team's been
and
fucking
Cooper
on
Cup,
it. Yeah.
and, like,
Yep.
that new tight end, Allen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. San Francisco at Arizona. The Cardinals fresh off a bye week, but does anyone think they're going to beat the Niners, who are the first team to clinch a playoff spot, by the way?
No, I'm good.
The
No
way
way.
this season's going, this will be the one that is like the upset. That we're all like no,
That's
and
very
like
true.
But I think the
Cardinals
49ers are
have
chasing.
played that too many times. Played that role this season, really.
They have, but the 49ers, I think, really. I think they really want that number one seed because now now before it looked like they weren't going to get it, but now it's like there for the taking.
Can you imagine if the Cardinals won this game and then it was Cowboys and Niners in the NFC Championship? They would call it the Beat by Arizona Bowl. Throw it out.
I would love that.
Let's just make that happen.
I can try to imagine it just because of all the shit that Mike would get, but I can't see it. Not the way the Niners are playing. I mean, if you body the Eagles like that, I mean, I don't know.
They don't have to
I
win.
really
They don't
don't.
have to win by a lot. They can just like barely win.
Yeah.
Just somehow
I mean,
find
if they win by
offense.
like 3, then I'd be like, all right, well, I can still talk shit because by 3, but I don't know. I don't see it. I think the game will be over by halftime.
Probably.
All right, moving on. Dallas at Buffalo. DJ, Cowboys are back
Yes,
on the
sir.
road after what seems like forever at home. How you feel about this one?
I feel confident about this one. I like Dallas in this matchup. So the offense is playing well, the defense is playing well, and they're playing complementary football, which is fantastic. Dak's playing lights out, CD's balling out, Brandon Cooks, he's contributing. Jake Ferguson, just a monster. He's been playing well for the past few weeks. And of course, we can run down the defense, but Micah Parsons has the flu and still gets a sack on Jalen Hurts and gets multiple QB pressures. So I like what we've got going here. The Bills just beat the Chiefs, and I understand that, but Josh Allen did do something in that game that he is prone to do, which is turn the ball over. He did throw an interception. And I expect him to turn the ball over again in this game and give the Cowboys more opportunities, which is the last thing you want to do against a high-powered offense like the Cowboys. So, Dallas.
All right. Chicken Wing probably reluctantly will be picking Dallas, I would think, but we'll see.
He's definitely picking Dallas.
Rob, who you got?
I'm picking Dallas.
Okay. I'm picking Buffalo to pull off an upset here. I know Buffalo's only favored by 2, but this is on the road. This is in Buffalo. Weather is not kind up there. And Dallas has struggled a bit on the road. I know they're 500 right now, only 3-3. But this is a tough one, and Buffalo's going to be riding a lot of confidence after beating the Chiefs in Arrowhead. So, but I'm going to go with Buffalo for this one. Nori.
I'm confidently going with Buffalo because they should have beat the Eagles.
Yep.
Beating the Chiefs, TJ's point, probably giving them a ton of confidence. They're playing good football right now. Getting rid of Dorsey, I kind of thought was the scapegoat, but honestly, their offense has been a lot better. Like they're playing like the old Bills. And I think the Eagles again got away with some crazy bad calls at a almost legendary level that are I don't see happening again. And it's going to be, like you said, JC, it's going to be in Buffalo.
Yep.
I don't know how Dallas plays with balls cold, but Buffalo cold is like hell on the opposite side. I don't know how else to say that, but it's horrible.
It's
So,
insane.
you know, may the Lord be with you. I think Dallas kind of
And with
shits
your
the bed here,
spirit.
if I'm being honest. Yeah, I mean, good luck. Like I don't see it. And Dallas has again not inspired confidence to me where they're going to really just take apart a great team.
All right, Phil.
I am picking the Cowboys for this one.
Right.
Pure fact is, it's going to be an entertaining game. I think it's going to be a very close game, but I still think the Cowboys, as said earlier, are playing lights out, and Bills make a lot of mistakes. I think Cowboys. I think Cowboys win this one.
All right. All right, Sunday night game, Baltimore at Jacksonville. Phil, picking this one first. I know things have not been too kind to your Jags recently, but how do you feel about this one?
Well, hope is still there. It's almost burned out, and this game could be the one that burns it all the way out for the season for me. But I'm going with the Jags as homer if I may be, but I think we can do it. We're at home. I don't know. We only lost the last two games by less than a touchdown. We know we got to win.
Is Lawrence back healthy? I can't remember if he played last week. So.
He played last week. Yeah.
Played on a bum ankle.
Jeez.
Yeah, he could have used some more time, but he played.
Okay. All right, DJ, where are you going with this one?
I'm going with Baltimore on this one.
Rob?
Baltimore.
I'm going with Baltimore as well. Nori?
I'm going Baltimore because Baltimore did everything they could to lose last week, and they still won.
Yeah.
Like they're playing at a championship level right now, honestly.
Yeah.
And the Jags,
Yeah, no.
the Jags are like the Lions. They're just, they don't know how to be successful. They don't.
Mine
It's
is an
frustrating 'cause,
aspirational pick. Mine is an aspirational pick.
I've done that before too. I get it, buddy. That's why I'm not hating on your pick. I didn't say a word because I've done that before too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just feeling it. Sometimes you're just giving a middle finger to everybody, and you're like, you know what? Fuck it. This is your fucking pick. I get it, Phil.
Yep.
All
Yep.
All right, and the Monday night game, Philadelphia at Seattle. Can the Eagles lose potentially 3 in a row? Crazy to think that right now, right? So, DJ, what you got?
He fucking laughs.
Say it.
Yeah, well,
You got to say it.
I hate the Eagles. I hate them, but I do not see them losing 3 games in a row. It would be a great Christmas gift for me if they lost to Seattle. It really would. 3 straight losses would be great. I just don't see it. I'm picking Philly.
All right, Rob?
I can't even say it with confidence. I'm taking Philly. I want to say
No,
it.
you can't. You can't say it with confidence
I
because
can't.
they've been playing like shit.
Yeah. It's fine.
They've been playing like crap. The Seahawks have been playing crappier. So I'm going with the Eagles because,
Correct.
I don't see them losing 3 in a row. Nori?
I might go with Seattle only because I don't think they've ever lost 4 games in a row under Pete Carroll.
They're on a 4-game losing streak.
They're on a 4-game streak right now.
So.
Have they ever lost 5 games under Pete Carroll?
We'll find out this week, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie. I generally don't know what to pick here, but I'd rather just sink or swim with the rest of you on this pick. So fuck it, let's all go Eagles together and whatever.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure Chicken Wing is picking the Eagles, right?
That's right. Of course.
Phil, you're picking the Eagles or the Seahawks on this one?
Yeah, I'm I think we're all in the same boat.
Seahawks.
Yeah, I think we're all
on
in
the
the
same
same
boat
boat.
right now.
Yeah, let's just we'll ride or die on this pick together.
Oh, boy.
I doubt Chicken Wings picking Seattle.
Oh god, that was hilarious.
Well, no, this means that Chicken Wing is picking Seattle.
Yeah, he's going, yes, this is where I believe Geno Smith is king of the West. Cause...
I mean, I think
he loves
even
it.
if Seattle watches the tape from the throttling they took at the hands of the Niners and then the finger banging they took from the Cowboys, I just don't think that they have the talent or the personnel to do the same thing. I just don't see it.
They don't.
That's all it is.
I mean, they still have DJ Metcalf. They still have Lockett. They have a solid team.
Did you see how Metcalf and who was their quarterback? They did not get away.
DK Metcalf is going to get ejected in the second quarter. So, I mean, we don't need to worry about that. He's going to get pissed off at somebody because they're going to get in his face, and he's going to get in their face, rip their helmet off, and he's going to be gone.
So he's going to pull a Draymond Green. Got it. Good.
Basically. That's what DK Metcalf does now. He gets pissed off, and he gets in people's faces, and that's it.
All right. Well, let's move on from that into our playoff machine predictions.
Playoffs?
Now, granted, we did this a few weeks ago once the machine came out. This will be the second time we do it this season, and then we will not touch the machine again on this podcast until we make our Week 18 picks, because on that week, all we do is say who our predictions are and leave the rest of the guessing to everybody else. So, I'll go ahead and get this started, just kind of give you a rundown how this goes again. Again, this is on the ESPN.com website. You go to the NFL, go for the playoff machine. And guys, once we make them here, take a screenshot, put it in our Discord chat so we can kind of keep a record, see how ours have progressed. So, on the AFC side, I have Baltimore with the number 1 seed. My wildcard games are the Cleveland Browns at 7, going into Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs.
Nice.
The 2 seed. 6 seed, Indianapolis Colts, taking on the number 3 seed, Miami Dolphins. And then I got a hell of a matchup here. Denver at the 5 seed, taking on the number 4 seed, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Nice.
On the NFC side, this is pretty insane to me, honestly. The number 1 seed will be the San Francisco 49ers at 14-3. The 7 seed, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 8-9, by the way. Take on the 2 seed Philadelphia Eagles.
Gross.
The 6 seed Green Bay Packers at 9-8 are taking on the 3 seed Detroit Lions in a rematch of Thanksgiving in Detroit, by the way. And then the Dallas Cowboys get the 5 seed and will take on the division winning Atlanta Falcons, who will win their division at 9-8. So that's what I got on my playoff machine. DJ, we'll go to you next. What do you got?
All right, on the AFC side, I've got Baltimore in the number 1 seed. And then I've got Cleveland going to Kansas City, just like you. Next game, which I didn't predict in a million years at the beginning of the season, I have Denver going to Miami.
Nice.
And then I've got 5th seed Houston going to see Phil at the 4th seed.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Interesting.
Go CJ.
Wow.
NFC side, I've got the Niners taking the number 1 seed.
Okay.
Then I have the Rams taking on the Cowboys.
Ho ho ho. Okay.
Then I have Green Bay taking on Detroit. And the 5th seed Philadelphia Eagles taking on, this one's for you, Rob, the 4th seed Baker Mayfield and Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
All right.
And just so y'all know, the Eagles will lose 1 game going through the rest of the season because I think the Giants will still win.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh. Okay.
I agree.
I mean, if the Giants win this week and were to keep on winning, we're leading up to that game, very good chance. So, all right, Rob, I know you're probably working on a chaos scenario, but give us your real one for now. We'll get to the chaos one after this.
I mean, the chaos one only changes one.
Okay.
One, yeah. So,
All right.
So for the actual, I have the Baltimore Ravens and the number 1 seed in the AFC. I have the number 7 Denver Broncos going into Arrowhead Stadium against Kansas City. I've got the 6th seed Miami Dolphins going up against the 3rd seed Buffalo Bills, and the 5th seed Cleveland Browns going up against Phil's 4th seed Jacksonville Jaguars.
That would be shitting his pants if that happened.
On the NFC side, I have San Fran in the number 1 seed. I've got the 7th seed LA Rams going up against the 2nd seed Philadelphia Eagles. I've got the 6th seed. This is where I'm truly divided. I have the 6th seed Tampa Bay at the 3rd seed Detroit Lions.
Oh
We will
my
test
God.
test my loyalties in this one and see who I'm really a fan of. And then I've got the 5th seed Dallas Cowboys going against the 4th seed Atlanta Falcons.
All right. Nori, you're up.
All right, fellas, hold on to your balls. Mine's wild. Okay.
All right.
I got the number 1 seed Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
I have the 7th seed Broncos going to Kansas City.
Okay.
I have the Miami Dolphins 6th seed going to 3rd seed Jacksonville.
Ooh, okay.
I have Cleveland going to the 4th seed Buffalo.
What? How?
Interesting.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
NFC side. Let's see if the
I
Giants
have
Yeah.
NFC side. I have the 49ers.
Alright.
I have the New York Football Giants 7th seed traveling to Philadelphia.
Oh my God.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
All right.
And I'm going to explain why. I'm going to explain why.
Okay.
Okay.
I have
okay.
the Giants beating the Saints. I have them losing to the Eagles at home because in Eagles ref ball, you're not beating them unless you're the 49ers and you have a loaded team.
Yeah.
I think we barely beat the Rams in week 17. This is where probably a lot of people are going to think different, but that's okay. And I have the week 18 at home beating the Eagles. So that gets us in the playoffs. So I have the Giants going to Philly, which, good luck. I have Green Bay 6th seed traveling to Detroit to hopefully not embarrass them again. And I have 5th seed getting a bye for Dallas. They're going to Atlanta.
That puts your Giants in at 9-8, right? Is that the record for the Giants?
Yeah.
8-9.
Yeah.
8-9. 8-9.
Oh, that's the loss to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So,
Exactly.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, Phil, you got yours?
Yep.
All right, let's hear
I'm a little bit different than you guys.
Oh, my chaos scenario is just gonna blow y'all away.
it.
So, the number 1
Nothing bad,
seed on
man.
the bye week, Dolphins.
Oh,
What?
wow.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
Next
All right.
game is the 7th seed Colts taking on the Ravens, followed by the 3rd seed Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Bengals, and the 4th seed Jags taking on the Browns.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
On the NFC side, San Francisco have the bye. Wild card round, Green Bay, Dallas.
Okay.
Interesting.
History games. Okay.
Next one's going to be 3rd and 6th seed, with the 6th seed being Minnesota, the 3rd seed being Detroit.
Josh Dobbs gets in. Okay.
Yeah.
And the
wherever
5th
their
and the
quarterback
4th,
is.
the 5th and the 4th seed are the Atlanta Falcons taking on Philly.
Okay.
So Philly's the 5th, actually, in that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
All
I
right.
gotcha.
All right.
Bit of differences. It's crazy that we did this a few weeks ago. Ours are pretty similar. So
Mm-hmm.
funny a few weeks.
Well, like nobody's playing consistent right now. That's why
Yeah.
this is
Especially
all up in the air.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
There's one team playing like they want to win the whole fucking thing, and that's the 49ers.
all right, Rob, your chaos scenario. Now, what is your goal with this? Like, what team were you trying or two were teams you were trying to get into the playoffs?
Okay, I was
What are you
trying to
looking
get.
achieve? Chaos.
I was trying to get all of our teams into the playoff.
Okay.
Of course you will.
Okay.
Okay.
The only problem is that the AFC South, all of y'all suck. So I could only manage to get one of you because one of you winning one, it flip flops if either the Titans or the Jaguars win.
Yeah, because we play each other twice.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you play each other
yeah.
twice. So yeah, so it just
That's
flip flops. So yeah.
Ay,
So in this scenario, okay.
Oh boy, here we go.
This scenario, okay. It actually doesn't seem that unrealistic until you hear the NFC side. So on the AFC side,
My
I
ass is
have
chapped.
the
Know it.
we have the first seed Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
We have the 7th seed Denver Broncos and KC. 6th seed Miami and Buffalo. And then 5th seed Cleveland and the 4th seed Tennessee Titans at 9 and 8.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay. On the NFC side.
Fuck you, Duval. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, on the NFC side, we have the first seed San Francisco 49ers. Okay. We have the 7th seed New York Giants going into the 2nd seed Dallas Cowboys.
Oh no!
Three.
Oh no!
Three.
We have the 6th seed Atlanta Falcons going up against the Detroit Lions in the 3rd seed. And we have the 5th seed Philadelphia Eagles going up against the 4th seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 10 and 7. So not only did I get most of our teams in, I got both of my teams.
Fuck.
Okay,
Oh
sorry.
my God.
That is chaos. So
That is fucking chaos. That's crazy. Wow.
I would much rather the Giants go into Philly with the refs than going to Dallas.
The way Dallas is
Much
playing at
rather.
home right now, yeah. So
No,
Well,
I just can't stand. I
that
just
and
can't
the
stand
fact
Dallas,
that-
and I don't want them to beat
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
but you could go to a
Again.
Giants and a Cowboys game. Giants versus
yeah,
Cowboys
but
game.
the Dallas has had the
To
Giants
watch the
number
Giants
for like
lose.
years now.
Yeah,
So,
like there's just something about the uniform that like we just and the first DeVito game he ever started, they lost by 49. But to be fair, I think he's a lot better than he was a few weeks
Yeah.
ago.
Few
Wait a
weeks
minute,
ago, yeah.
Rob. Just a thought.
What?
there
Credit
a
where
way-
credit is due to the veto
Is
because
there a way?
Is there a
Hold
way
on.
to get the
Daniel
Giants
Jones.
in
Oh, yeah,
and
go
their
ahead.
first matchup be against Washington?
That's a miracle. I don't even know. If I,
Wait,
can,
Just thought of that.
I don't
When
even
the
know if
Giants
that's
played-
mathematically. Yeah, I don't think that's.
I was gonna say,
there's only
here's the thing.
4 games left, and
Yeah,
like
so they can't win the division.
yeah, they can't even. Yeah, they can't win the division. So
That's true.
to DeVito's credit, so when
Yeah.
Daniel Jones started onto the field, he put up 0 points against the Cowboys. DeVito managed 17. So I'm
Exactly.
not saying he's better than
True.
Jones. I'm just saying he had 17 points.
I
and
think
Jones
I'm
had-
saying he's better than Jones. He's definitely better
Okay,
than
there
Jones.
you go.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the Giants have a decision to make. They got what, 4 years? 4 years of Daniel Jones?
Yeah. No, we don't. I don't think he plays for the Giants again.
Just say this is his contract year, right? Like, he moves on.
It's a contract year, but there's no rule that like if someone has a higher contract, which Giants fans seems to be can't fucking read. They seem to think that like if if someone has a higher contract, automatically like the coach has to start them. I didn't know about this new rule. I must be ignorant to sports.
Oh God.
They're like he's guaranteed another $20 million next year. Yeah, so
Yeah.
so what?
Tag him, so.
I must be missing something.
Go the hot hand.
You go with the hot. You go with the hot hand. Yeah,
For
exactly.
sure.
So
Especially if
I
it's the
think
Italian hand. You go
I
with
think
that.
Daniel
Yeah.
Jones.
So,
I think Daniel Jones was completely failed by the Giants. I think if he were drafted into a better situation, you would be talking about him as a solid quarterback.
Yeah.
I really, really, really feel that way. But he got shafted. I think he has PTSD. He doesn't take risks anymore.
Yeah.
All he knows how to do is run and do checkdowns. So Giants can't win that way.
well,
Yeah.
And so you're saying DeVito's the future?
I think he is because everybody laughing at it, right? Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant, and he's up for MVP.
Mhm.
Why can't DeVito have that chance?
it's something the
I'm not
Giants need
laughing
too
at it. I'm
because
just
he's
asking.
No, I know you're not.
He's
A
a
lot of people are,
homegrown
but
guy.
I know you're not. Yeah,
he's from that area. Like, his dream was
Exactly.
to play in that
Yeah.
stadium. Like, he played
It's
in
a
that
great
stadium
story.
for like a
It's a
state
great story.
championship too, right? So, yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. So this is like if
Give
you ever had a
him
quarterback that could
more and
fix
more
the franchise,
time.
It's him. Yeah. So
Right.
I love that when they
Right. I think
introduced
he-
him,
I
he came
think
out to
he
the Sopranos
went
theme,
into
by
it.
the way. So yeah. I don't know if you
Oh,
realize
it's too good. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's leaning into it because again, if he balls out, if he continues, if they split with the Eagles, that'll be enough to where he's the starter.
Oh, he's
And I
gonna
really
have
think
a-
it's the way Philly's playing
It
now
has to be.
and the way we play now. We're just very different. We're in crazy different directions. Like it's crazy.
if he beats Philly,
Philly's playing
and
like
somehow
dog
gets into
shit.
the playoffs, he's gonna have every Italian restaurant in the New York City area trying to get him to be the spokesperson.
Oh my god, absolutely,
Yeah. So.
absolutely, dude.
All right,
have
well-
you seen have you seen the videos already where he was like signing autographs in a neighborhood, and it was
No.
wrapped around like 3 blocks?
Oh,
Like-
I believe it. It's pretty awesome.
He is New York right now. Right now, he there's nothing he can do wrong. So we're gonna ride this out, and he also hasn't thrown a pick,
Yeah.
which is crazy because the Packers have a decent defense. They still have Jair. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Jaire. I don't know how to say his name. Alexander.
Jair
on,
Alexander. Yeah.
Thank you. Jair Alexander. He's a top 5 corner, top 3 if you want to argue. And yeah, he got outplayed.
All right, well, that's our playoff machine. That's our predictions. See how wild this season's going to get after last weekend, too. So, quickly want to just say this. Monday night was quite the emotional day for me, and not just because the Titans pulled off a miracle, because that was definitely much needed. Monday was rough. This past weekend, my cat is getting old, guys. He's 16 years old. Was feeling a little bad Saturday, took him in. They did some work. They did some tests. And let's just say it's one of those things where when cats get old, their kidneys start to fail. So he's just letting him, as long as he's eating and drinking, just trying to keep him comfortable. And we'll see how much longer he has for me. But I was back and forth with the vet Monday between work and all that. Then to go see my daughter's volleyball game. She's in the city playoffs, which, by the way, they won their semifinal tonight. So they are playing for a championship in the city playoffs tomorrow. So looking forward to seeing that as well. So, but to come home and see the Titans win, a miracle comeback, and also the weekend that Frank Wycheck passed away. Rest in peace, Wycheck. Of course, people know him from the Music City Miracle. He's the one that threw that ball all the way across the field. I'm not going to say that was the miracle of Miami. That was just, I'm just going to say it's not a miracle. This happens in the playoffs. I think that way. That's the way I feel about it. So, still, it was fun to see. For the Titans fans listening out there, mayonnaise is our quarterback. Get used to it. Whether you put mayo in your coffee or not. He's the guy.
He's the only one.
Yeah, he's the only one probably. But I think if anybody should doubt whether Vrabel should still be the coach, that game should show you that he should still be. I love his attitude. He never quits. I've always enjoyed that about Vrabel, and that was pretty damn awesome. So great day, and I'm looking forward to seeing the other stuff. So again, thank you everybody for listening to the Sports Minorities Podcast. We'll see how we do this week. We'll see if everybody has saved their picks and not made another mental error, and we'll see if everybody stays on side. So once
I
again,
was just bringing you all back into it. Just
All
giving
right.
you all a chance to compete.
once again,
Whatever
I'm
you
DC,
said,
your
buddy.
resident Titans and Houston Oilers fan. Oh, cannot wait to see those beautiful uniforms this week. Joining me, we have
Giants, Nor'Easterdamus.
Before DJ can say it, I'm going to say fuck Mike and have a nice day. Bye, guys.
all right, DJ.
Yeah, DJ here, Cowboys fan. Quick question: Philly, y'all still flying? No? Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, hey, it's not leave them alone. It's cry equals cry.
How about bitch Eagles bitch? How about that? Yeah, I like
I honestly
that too.
didn't think y'all would split the series this season. I really didn't. So
Neither did I. I was with Phil last week. I was convinced that they would have a statement game and bounce back from getting embarrassed by the 49ers, but I guess they weren't embarrassed. I guess they're cool with that. So
Yeah.
Phil.
but fuck Mike.
Phil, you're the last
Yep.
one.
Oh, yeah. That was me,
All right.
Phil.
Yeah, that's Phil. That's Phil, guys. That was Phil. All right.
Phil
Fuck
is like
yeah,
a
Phil,
Florida
fuck
football
you.
fan out there right
Yeah.
now. He's just jaded. So, but yeah.
Yeah, this is the last little bit of hope this weekend. We got a tough putt with the Ravens. I'm I'm very reluctant.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Enjoy the weekend. No more bye weeks. And good luck to all out there. Oh, and before I forget, go Runners. Bowl game is Tuesday. Let's beat Marshall. Let's do it.
Thanks everyone once again for listening to the Sports Minorities Podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at Sports Minor Pod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities. Search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
So my favorite game at the end is Would You Rather, okay?
Oh, boy.
So who would you rather be in charge of a political document that the country is going to be impacted on? The College Football Committee or Draymond Green's CTE?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
tough.
Chew on that, yeah.
That's a tough one.
There is
Well, it can't be called-
committee.
Yeah.
I guess I have to go with the committee.
I would say the committee just because Draymond's so violent. I don't know. I don't really know what would happen. Like if we disagreed with anything, I think he would just punch us. So I don't know.
But he wasn't punching you. He was just, spreading his arms.
Yeah. Well, no, he'd try and sell it. So
That's
it
the
wouldn't
thing.
look like unless I had Jordan Poole's face, in which case he definitely was aiming and connected.
If you treat it like COVID and you're 6 feet away from him, he ain't gonna hurt you.
No, he'll find a way.
Unless you're talking about your
flop his
undeserved
arms
contract.
forward, his arms
He'll
flare out
flop.
unnaturally.
And they flail and they smack.
Unless you're antagonizing him like Jordan Poole with undeserved contract, he ain't gonna punch you.
Next thing you know, we got documents on WikiLeaks and fucking nuclear bombs are going off, and we're fucked. So I guess I'll just go with the committee. Yeah.
Well,
Damn.
see, I
Well, unless you're in
Draymond
Florida. If
because
you
I
go
want
to the
to punch.
committee and you're in Florida, then you're screwed.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, you're screwed at that.
I want to punch the committee, so I'm picking Draymond.
Me too. See,
Yeah.
I'm picking Draymond
Well.
too because Draymond ethically will actually do the right thing. Ethically, he will. Is he annoying in the
No, the
basketball
committee
court?
won't.
Yes. And the committee won't, exactly, Phil. I'm with Phil on this.